Hi everyone, it's TJ from TJ Financial Strategies. I wrote an article on a topical theme in personal finance at the moment regarding people who invest, their attitudes and psychology around their investment. But also, I've added in a missing piece and just some steps around that missing piece that I believe is not really focused on that much in the media, which is around your cash and cash buffers that can help with some of the psychological difficulties in either starting to invest or making sure if you are investing that you can continue to succeed with your investing strategy over the long term. So, financial stress can stem from either not being an investor and not being optimistic about your financial future, or it can just stem from uncertainty and not being sure about how to start or how to invest. And um, the steps here in this article are about first getting clarity around your cash flow, which is your essential living expenses and lifestyle costs. Lifestyle costs sometimes get put into a category of savings, things like saving for a car or saving for a holiday. These are actually expenses. They're things that you're saving for, but you're going to spend the money on them. So this needs to be factored into your overall cash flow. And oftentimes there are holidays every year, or a purchase like a car every year, or some other item that you may be saving up for. But if you're saving for a different item every year, that needs to be factored into your long-term cash flow. The next part of that, once you have clarity around those cash flow items, your cash buffer is what can provide a lot of people some security. Um, it's an emotional and a financial shock absorber, as I state there in the article, because it allows you to be proactive instead of reactive in times where, as stated there, there's the average time to find a new job is 3 to 6 months. Um, if you don't have income coming in, a cash buffer helps you ride that period out and select the job with more confidence and clarity. In terms of those who invest, if you are invested and a recession occurs, they typically last between 6 to 18 months. And the biggest trap is often, instead of being able to ride out that recession, you may have to sell investments at an inopportune time because you haven't got the clarity around your cash flow and you don't have a cash flow buffer. So by not having that cash flow buffer, you then need to sell shares when they're lower than they were previously, and that can stop your strategy of investing for the long term, and not allow you to reap the benefits of it over the long term. One of the steps that people sort of tend to miss is just clearing small short-term debts. So things like credit cards, buy now, pay later loans, or personal loans. So these um, they become more pronounced in a time where you don't have income, and they may swallow up a cash flow buffer if you have a significant amount of those short-term small debts. So clearing those provides another layer of security for you. And once you get to this point, this also unlocks further resources and momentum for you to then maybe make your first investment or start looking at the suitability of investing for yourself. And this, I hope, then provides that framework for then people to then start to consider investing and having that optimism of investing that the Stake Ambition report found in the data when they surveyed 2,000 Australians, that of those who, of the 50% who actually invest, they're 41% more likely to believe that they're more optimistic about their situation, regardless of the economic uncertainty or financial environment. So this optimism can come through investing because you feel you have more control, but not having some of these other things in place in tandem with them can be detrimental to that. Now, there is also another strategy you can do if you're getting stuck while you're building your buffer and your getting clarity on your cash flow, you can use your superannuation, which is probably already set up and has some guardrails in it in terms of investment options and default portfolios. You can actually just look at that and get more involved with your superannuation to start getting some of that understanding of investments and having a bit more feeling of control and optimism about the financial future. So that's a good way to get started if you're building up your cash flow buffers at the time. And then just to tie it all in, what this provides is your cash flow provides that clarity around what you're spending and what you need. Your cash buffer provides the security in your psychology, and the investments provides the optimism for the future. So these three things working together provide that peace of mind for you